Hey, what's up everybody? It is Uncle Mad here. An absolutely beautiful day in Nashville, and it's the perfect weather for what Jess and I have up our sleeves today. Hello, Minnie. Hi, Minnie. I don't know how much Minnie's ever been on the channel. She's Sissy's dog. We are going to the East Nashville Beer Fest. We went to this last year. I believe there's a video on the channel from that. You know me, not a drinker, but it's a good event, makes for good content, and obviously Jesta, she puts them down. She's blah, 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 all day, every day. So fun day out, beautiful weather for it. Let's go sample some brewskis, as the drinkers call them. All right, before we go, we have to finish up a project because apparently all the cool kids at the beer fest wear the pretzel necklaces. So I am making Jesta and I some pretzel necklaces for said event. All right, we got the I can't say it anymore. Pretzel necklace.
Why can't you say pretzel?
I can't say the combination of pretzel and necklace together is the problem. I've got my pretzel necklace on. We're going to the beer fest to drink the alcohols with all the other drinkers. So hopefully they don't catch me and be like, that guy's not a drinker, get him out of here. Hopefully with my pretzel necklace and such, I'll be able to blend in easily. And with like a heavy drinker like Jesta along for the ride, she can also give me a little bit of cover in that regard. All right, we've arrived. Haven't got in yet though. But you can see some of the food we got here. We got Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, New Berlin, Music City Fish and Chicken, ML Rose, the Mac Shack's over there. Jesta said Chivanadas is supposed to be here, but I haven't seen them yet. I hope she wasn't lying. Were you lying about Chivanadas?
Potentially.
Oh my God, oh my days. All right, we have arrived. Jessica in her finest dress there. Thank you, sir. All right, so we got something roll recipe, grilled cheesery, and Jesta actually was right. We do have Chivanadas. All right, first up we got the Mill Creek Del Rey Mexican Lager. Tastes like beer to me. Nashville SC represented here, promoting the pitch lager. All right, here we go, pitch lager. It's good, I've had it before. All right, I don't know what this one is. Jesta picked this one. It's like fruit punch. I don't think this is beer. I think you got fruit punch by mistake.
It's sour.
Accurate. All right, so the #1 choice of fashion for men here at this event is either Hawaiian shirts or Nashville SC gear. So I am clearly the most fashionable person in the world because that's my two go-to clothing choices. And I'm kind of in between today on both. I think Jesta thinks I have to get this as a tribute to Toby.
Oh my God.
Oh, is that Toby?
Yeah, there's a cat, Toby.
I feel bad because these events, the band always puts on a pretty good show, but everybody's here for the beer, and also it's kind of hot, so nobody wants to stand out here in the sun. You can see it looks like it's way more crowded at the beer tents than it actually is because everybody's just going in there for shade. The actual beer lines aren't bad. All right, Tailgate Brewery, Tennessee Gold. It has a distinct beer taste to it. Picking up notes of beer and an oaky afterbirth. I stole that joke. All right, you got the German Pilsner from Wander Lager, something like that. I don't know. Wanderlinger from Chattanooga. Ooh, that's pretty good. That might be my favorite beer so far. Blackberry seems to be a popular flavor choice for beers today. There's been like a ton of blackberry flavored beers at the various beer stands. That might be a thing that's always been a thing. I'm not a drinker, so I don't know. Oh, Jesta doesn't like this one, so apparently I have to drink all of it. You can see his ears poking out over there, but we got Tempo the Coyote in the house. I noticed on the banner above the concert, this is a event's apparently sponsored by Nashville SC. Sponsored. And he's in the Man in Black kit, so I wonder if that means we're wearing the Man in Black kit tonight for the NYCFC match. I just reminded Jess that we came to this 2019.
I think it was a year before COVID.
And it was actually snowing that day, so what a much better day we have today. Last year was kind of like a little bit chilly and a little bit rainy.
Yeah, I had a sweater and a jacket on last year.
But this year's perfect. For drinkers especially. I'm not a drinker, so it's a little out of sorts for me, but... Alright, I got this from Harding House. It's a light local beer called Church Parking Lot. I think that's aptly named. I guess it's like do drinkers like sneak beers in the church parking lot? Is that what that would be called that?
I don't know, don't go to church.
Very much like a beer. Food break. Chivanadas time. Catches me off guard every time how good this is. Like, I know it's good, but then I take a bite and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So I had like 20 pretzels left, and then suddenly I had no pretzels. I don't know how that happened. It's not a beer fest till Jessica gets the jackalope antlers on. It's not official until you get the antlers. Alright, so we're all done with Beer Fest, and Jessica has made us go for ice cream. I am pissed.
I am lactose intolerant.
Okay, what did you get?
The sweet cream biscuits and peach jam, peanut butter and chocolate flecks, and my favorite, the brambleberry crunch.
Okay, I just got the sweet peaches and biscuits, whatever that was called. I did not get a bunch of ice cream like you did, just a little bit for me.
Wow. I feel like you are being extremely disrespectful right now.
No, you just are like more variety than I do. I'm a bland person.
I do like more variety than you.
Taste review, how is it?
Oh, it's always so good.
Alright, so we got some time to kill for the NSC match. Since we're already in East Nashville, right across the street at Jenny's, thought we'd pop over to Rose Pepper for, you know, I think people come over here for margaritas, is that what they're called? Chips and salsa, standard Mexican food. So Jessica actually said she'd never been here before. Look at that. This is a fancy looking plate of guacamole here. Some good background music for it. Some fancy chips. You get even better chips with the guacamole here than just the standard chips, but these are good chips though. All right, Jessica, get a big old bite of that guacamole. Slob it up and put it right in your mouth.
Wow. You need to just calm down.
Well, just eat the guacamole like you...
You need to settle yourself.
Look at that bite. How was it?
It needs salt. But it's good.
Good thing there's salt on the table. Alright, I'm gonna give the guac a shot. Bone apple teas.
What is wrong with you?
What are you talking about?
Why do you eat like a pig person?
I have to eat it very clearly and definitively for the people that are watching so they can see how it tastes concretely. It's very good. I can tell the salt kicked it up a notch. Good job salting it, Jessica. Alright. Jessica got a bowl of some type of alcohol here. I don't know what this is. Not a drinker, so I don't know what you would possibly order that would have this much alcohol in it, but Jessica definitely went for it here. I thought we were
I didn't expect it to be this big.
They were just chilling and relaxing until it was time for the Nashville SC game, but just got like I think they call this a fishbowl. Is that what they call it in the streets? How's your fishbowl there?
It's good. It's way more alcohol than I wanted. Considering I've been drinking at the beer fest all day, this was just supposed to be like a small little nosh.
You done goofed up.
I did.
All right, so fun little sabbatical over here at Ginny's and Rose Pepper. But now it's time for the main event, the thing everybody's looking forward to. Nashville SC, NYCFC. The New Yorkers, us two, who now live in Nashville, having to watch our favorite team, NSC, take on our hometown team, honorary New Yorker.
No.
But Nashville till I die. You're going down New York. I can't support you in this one like I normally do as a hometown New York person. Did not realize there was a Luke Combs concert tonight until it was too late. Worst driving experience of my life. Took us like 90 minutes to get from East Nashville to, what is it, South Nashville? I don't know where we're at. We're at Diskin Cider, I think is where we're going to watch the Nashville SC match. It's the watch party. Good Lord, that was awful. Can't wait till they tear down Nissan Stadium and make everything even worse. All right, we're here. Yay. All right, so here at the official watch party for Nashville SC, there's one TV at the bar showing the game. They rolled out like a half-hearted TV over there that's showing the game. Not nearly enough seating. This is just a watch party. No representation from Nashville SC. The audio is not on here for the game. I didn't even realize the game had started. I just happened to look up. I was like, oh, are they replaying like an old NYC game? I was like, oh, wait, no, that's the actual game. This watch party sucks. All right, it's the next day. I'm going to try to not go on a completely insane rant here because nobody wants to see that, but we ended up leaving around halftime and going home. I didn't even actually watch the second half of the match till this morning. It's now Sunday because I just was so frustrated with everything. I just came home and pretty much went straight to sleep. Was just ticked off about the whole situation at Diskin Cider. Just horribly mismanaged by the club. That was supposed to be the official watch party put on by the club. They promoted it on social media. They promoted it through emails and such throughout the week, and just it was the worst watch party of all time. So there's, as I showed, there was one big TV that looked like they had rolled it out of a conference room or something like that over in kind of the main area. What I didn't know till we were actually leaving was the majority of the limited seating that was over by that TV was actually blocked off and reserved anyway. So even like, you know, if we'd gotten there early enough to get better seating near there, most of that seating was reserved. It was reserved for, it looked like Sheamus and his group of people. So I mean, WWE legend, hero of Nashville, Sheamus, can't really, you know, fault him for having a special area reserved for him. I was actually, you know, a buddy said, why don't you go get a picture with Sheamus? And I was like, well, you know, Nashville SC was down 2-0. He's on kind of a losing streak in WWE. He's probably not in a good mood for people to be coming up to him. I wasn't in a good mood to be doing a picture with anybody, so it just didn't work out there. But the other problem with the setup was, like I said, there was no audio from the game. They're just playing random music in Diskin Cider. The TV over there near Sheamus was about 1.5 to 2 minutes ahead of the small TV we were watching in the bar. So both the first half goals NYCFC scored, we heard like a groan come from that group over there, and we're like, oh, what happened? Oh, they scored. And then like 1.5, 2 minutes later on our TV, we saw the goal. So it kind of ruined the suspense or the, you know, joy you get out of watching a match, of wondering when we're going to goal, when a goal's going to come, when something's going to happen, because we'd hear like a reaction from over there, look over, figure out what had happened, and then like a minute later we'd see it. So it kind of just sucked on every level. And there was nobody from the club there. Like, I don't know if somebody from the club, because they were supposed to be doing giveaways and stuff like that. I don't know if they were there earlier before the game started and left or what, but I think that was part of the problem, that there was no representation from the club there to kind of maybe go to Diskin Cider and say like, hey, can we get the audio on here? Hey, is there any way to get these TVs more synced up? And that might be more of a Apple TV issue than a, you know, Diskin Cider issue. I think it's going to be, you know, we've already seen when we went to the Lost Patty, there are issues with all the games being on Apple TV Plus. There's, you know, definitely issues with getting multiple games synced up and streaming in the same location. It's going to be really interesting to see how that works out with NFL Sunday Ticket now moving to YouTube TV. So we'll see how, you know, that works out. Maybe the MLS will be a pilot program and a preview to help all the bars figure out how to do that before NFL launches their first kind of big streaming thing this fall. But I think that was the other thing I took away from it, is we just never should have gone there. We decided to go there instead of like the Lost Patty, because last time we went to Lost Patty for the Nashville SC watch party, you know, there were issues with the stream there. But the key difference here is, at the Lost Patty, it was the Assembly, the supporter group's watch party. There was people from the Assembly and people from, you know, the Lost Patty nonstop trying to fix the stream issues they were having on the TVs there. Diskin, it was just like, here's the game, good luck, have at it. You know, there was just no care, no anything put into actually making it a watch party. So I'm pissed off the club selected there for the official watch party and didn't really do anything to make it a good experience. I'm pissed off that Diskin, you know, chose to host it. Like, you know, if you know you're not capable of hosting something like that, don't do it. You know, I'm sure they hope to get some extra revenue in, but like, to me, like, that made me never want to go back there again. Like, even if the, like, you know, if it had been a cool place to hang out and we'd watch the game there, it might be something like, we're like, oh, you know, remember that time we went to Diskin Cider and had fun watching the soccer game? We should go back there sometime, even for non-soccer game. But now I'm just like, I don't ever want to go back to Diskin Cider ever again. So it was a failure in every possible way. Blame the club, blame Diskin Cider. The lesson being, I think future watch parties, we're only going to go to places where it's put on by one of the one of the supporter groups, either the Assembly, the Roadies, Mixtape, La Brigada, you know, because there's going to be somebody there from the supporters group that's going to be working, if there are issues, to fix them and make the experience good. Whereas Nashville SC, Diskin just put on one TV and was like, hey, hope you can watch the match. Good luck. I mean, literally, we were walking around and like all the Nashville SC fans scattered around Diskin Cider were basically having to watch the match on their phone because there's no good way to watch any of the TVs from the majority of the area. It sucked. It sucked. Worst thing I've ever seen. Game also sucked, obviously. Just, you know, teams have figured out, just let Nashville SC have the ball. They don't have anybody who can make a creative pass, you know, keep tight, mark to Handy Mokhtar, and they can shut us down pretty easily. That's going to work for now until, you know, Gary can figure something out. You know, when Randall Leal comes back, you know, certainly he's the type of player that can improve that, but he still looks to be about a week and a half out from coming back. I think Gary said the U.S. Open Cup match on April 26th is the target date for Leal's return. What I would like to see, and I think I've said this before, I'd like to see us switch to a 4-3-3. Start with Godoy, Davis, and either Grey Goose or Dax McCarty as a midfield three, because, you know, Dax can't run that much. I've said it 100 times anymore. He doesn't have the legs to really play consistently. But you pair him with two other midfielders, they can take over that extra work. And he's still the type of guy who can move the ball around, make good passes. Grey Goose as well. He seems to have a better passing range than any of the other midfield options. So if you can work him in or Dax in, that just gives you another player with a better passing range than what we have on the field right now. And just, I'll say it over and over again, I don't want to constantly just hate on CJ Sapong, but he does nothing. He just literally does nothing. Like, the argument was, oh, last year was just a step back. He'll, you know, regain his form. He hasn't. Oh, you know, CJ, you know, all the other stuff he does outside of scoring goals helps the team. He does nothing. Like, he maybe, like, I don't have stats. I'm not somebody who, like, pours over the stats, but it felt like CJ touched the ball, like, 3 times the entire game. So he's not doing the hold-up stuff anymore. He's not doing runs that open up space. He's just kind of jogging around the field, doing not much of anything. I think the legs are gone, much like Dax, but he doesn't have that extra kind of ability that you could still get a little bit out of Dax, where I just think CJ's done. And Teal just is, I don't know, he seems to find a way to, like, score a random goal here and there, but outside of those just random moments, he's just does nothing. And, you know, we knew that was going to be a problem. The situation with Atka Loba holding up a DP spot probably, you know, hinders what you can do in that regard. But I hope, you know, I'm not going to get to the point of being Gary out right now, but he's got to do something different. He can't just keep throwing 4-4-2-4, 2-3-1, whatever you want to call it, out there and just hope that magically CJ Sapong or Teal Bunbury suddenly becomes something other than what they are right now. He's got to change it up. Like I said, do something different. Go a 4-3-3. Play Hanny as like a false 9 or as an outright striker. I don't know. Need to see some creative changes. Need to see something different done, because clearly the current lineup as it's structured is just not working. Teams have figured it out. Teams know if they give us the ball, we'll just knock it around and just kind of bounce, and maybe try to whip it across towards the end of the possession period, and we don't have a striker in there to finish the cross, so it's kind of pointless anyway. Rant over. Thanks for watching. Beer Fest was a lot of fun. Ginny's Ice Cream was a lot of fun. Rose Pepper was a lot of fun. The watch party sucked. About to head to what will be a good watch party at the Lost Patty, where I probably should have gone last night to watch Manchester United take on Nottingham Forest, and it's a lot of pressure on Manchester United to get a win today to fix this crappy weekend. So if you're watching this, Eric Ten Hag, please get the boys out there. They're riddled with injuries. Everything's going wrong for United too, so this is probably going to be a disaster. But I'll probably do a vlog from that game and whatever else I do today, Sunday. So stay tuned to the channel for that. You know, make sure you're subscribed with the bell turned on for notifications. And I'll see you at Taco Bell.